Hello there folks, me RJB from RJB TV, bringing you more Burgersasu against Question in the Best of Something series that we have just started in the previous video and which we are going to continue right here, right now. So far the games have all been won by, I believe, Question, winning both games in a row. The first two games he displayed a very strong game in both those games, but maybe Burgersasu is gonna flip and turn the tables on him. Will the tables be turned? The one way to find out, that is by witnessing the action that will unfold right here before our very eyes. We got Burgersasu on the Terran and we have Question on the Protoss. And while we're doing that, let me just actually quickly change the text at the top. I want to try something out, see if I want to try a more standard and simple approach to the colors that I use, because sometimes just a white like this works just perfectly fine as well. Sometimes that just works perfectly fine as well. So, excuse me, I'm going to switch back real quick and just check which font I use for that one, and change the font at the top here as well, so that both of the fonts match. It was called Passion 1, so let's change to Passion 1. It's a little bit bulkier and beefier of a font. Hopefully that is to your liking. If it is not, just let me know in the comments whether you like this font and this color or not. I just feel like the gold with black lining has had its time. I've been using it for a very, very long time. I used to like it because it is slightly different than what other people use, but I just want to go for the slightly simpler, slim and smart approach to the few visuals that I do bring to the channel, and I figured white works just fine. And if it doesn't, please do write me a strongly worded comment telling me why you hate the color white and why you hate the font Passion 1. So we have Burgersasu going for Command Center into Triple Barracks. A very greedy little build order, and Burgersasu just likes to play greedy. He likes to get those small little advantages going for him, get a little bit more money into the bank, and then rely on his micro and his excellent, superb build order planning and multitasking to survive him against early aggression from a Protoss, because that's what we're going to be seeing, an early aggression Protoss. You went for a double gateway Nexus, a very standard opening here on a middle spawn location. Goes for a third gateway. Now that is not standard. I mean, it still falls within the realm of standard, but it's not as often used as just a double gateway into double gas, into cybercore, into a choke. That's much more often used. So Burgersasu now with double command center against double nexus. Both players doing everything in twos. Getting a bunker there in the back. The zealots will arrive before the bunker finishes up there though, so he will have to micro those marines quite effectively. First goes for the SCV. SCV runs to the bottom side, he gets taken down. The rest of it, they're ready to go and might get killed as well. That one escapes, barely escapes. Marines there microing. So the downside here is because he's attacking the SCVs, the marines are doing a lot of damage. But he did kill 3 SCVs, and he prevented the bunker so far. So actually, killing 3 SCVs with 2 zealots is pretty damn good, because those SCVs could have been mining minerals, and now they are in fact not mining minerals. So that's awesome. A pretty good opening there for Question. And back at home, he's going for a 4th gateway in a cybercore. Oh man, he is feeling it today. He's feeling it today. But my gut feeling tells me that because we have Firebats now, that the 4 gateway build order there from Question is perhaps not really gonna do a lot of damage anymore, because the Firebats are out. He went for very fast Stim and Academy, got the Firebats before the medics, because Firebats are absolutely awesome against Zealots. Zealots are definitely not awesome against Firebats. So now we have a counterattack that happening from Burgersasu, who is smelling blood. Protoss and Zealot blood in the air. He can smell it, he can taste it, and perhaps he wants to go for a counterattack. But he has to wait for his Stim. Stim's finished up, medics are on the scene, gets us around there on the Firebats. Firebats gonna get taken down there. He's target firing the Firebats, but he fails to kill them. He's gonna send a couple more Zealots there to buy more time because he has to build Canada in the front. He is building a fort, so he really has to buy time. It's gonna take a miracle for... He kills the Firebats. Oh, that's great play there from Question. The fire bats are the biggest problem for him in this situation. So he goes for the fire bats. Does sacrifice a lot of his zealots, but killing the fire bats was the priority because now his probes are safe and the cannons are warping in there in the back. No cannon in the front. He's buying as much time as he can. He's building dragoons. He's building dragoons. Dragoons are pretty awesome. He's getting range. His build order has been completely thrown off. He has to do things he rather does not want to do. But he got himself into the situation by going for triple into 4 gateway against a triple barrack Terran that just never ever works. Not against Terrans of Burgersasu's level. You cannot get away with 4 gateway no cannon because you will get broken through at your choke. You will lose the Zealots. The Zealots cannot really fight against Stim Marines with fire bats. It just won't work. More units are on the way. Got cannon in the back. Dragoons are spawning very slowly. He's got a support bay there on the way in the back. The range for Dragoons almost finished up. This game has been blown wide open, and I'd say that currently this looks to be a advantage situation. An advantageous, that's the word, advantageous situation for Burgersasu. Because he completely threw Question off of his game plan. Question is now kind of improvising based off his knowledge and game experience of what he has to do here to try and deal with what Burgersasu just threw his way. What matters most though is he slowed down Question's technology by quite a fair bit, putting bunkers in the front to put the Marines in. He's getting range. Range is finished for the Marines. Getting more barracks. He's going for 5 barrack defense. He's getting a starport for maybe a tank drop. I doubt it's going to be for a rave. And yeah, Marines in bunkers with Marine range are awesome against Dragoons. But this is further disruption in Question's game plan. Tanker in the back, soon will siege up with 1 attack on the way for the Marines, getting more depots in the back because he is supply blocked. Burgersasu got himself supply blocked. Not what I was expecting to see here. I've never seen Burgersasu get supply blocked without an attack being the reason for his supply block. He scans the entire base that Question has and sees all the information he needs. Question is diligently and carefully building anti-tank drop protection. Getting vision on the corners there, he's getting cannons around his nexus, not a lot of them, but he's starting to build the cannons. He's in 6 gateway production, he's steadily growing and growing. A large army there in the middle, like this is something he's got to do now. Because he was forced to go for so many gateways, he now has to use the gateways for a frontal attack and hopefully use the Reavers that are unloading right now in the front to kill the tanks. Gets a couple good shots up there on... Okay, the Reaver's not shooting. Reaver hits a great couple shots, but all the Dragoons are dying. If this was 2 Reavers, this would have been much easier, but 1 single Reaver being responsible for killing the tanks in the back and not firing once, like 1 time during the attempts to fire, it didn't shoot. So the tank stayed alive for longer, but Question is breaking through. He's making Burgersasu's life very difficult. He's making his life very, very difficult. He does not have shuttle speed. No shuttle speed. But he broke the choke. And that's no joke. That's some real stuff right there. He broke the choke. Did some real damage. Killed a lot of Marines. Did a lot of material damage. He lost a lot of Dragoons and Zealots, but I guess this means that in the end, adaptation in his build order is paying off. It's kind of working. It's kind of working, isn't it? It's kind of working. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Yeah, it's very nice. Let me just try something else here. Real quick. I'm sorry for doing this while playing, but... I'm trying to find a setting. And the... Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. You know, let's just ignore that. And I wanted a little bit of that. A little bit of that. This is what I wanted. Okay. Now it's a bit easier to see the text at the top. Okay, so another fight there happening. Sorry for that one. He put a tank on the high ground. Like, I wanted to make the white text at the top of the screen a little bit easier to read by adding a slight little bit of black background at a 50% opacity. Which means that the white is now easier to see than it previously was. So tank up there over the bottom side of Question's base. Dragoons are moving. Oh, he doesn't even need the Dragoons. He's got a lot of cannons there. A lot of cannons here. He built a lot of cannons. He's playing this very carefully. He's not taking risks, not neglecting any defensive measures while constantly attacking. With his 8 period production, Stargate there for Corsairs, getting more Robos as well. This game has not been as smooth for Question as the first 2 games, where he had already won at this point into the game. Burgersasu also struggled quite a bit this game, but he's managed to stay alive, which is most important. And as the game goes on, he is going to become more difficult and more difficult and more difficult to break through. It's going to be more difficult to do damage to him. Breaking through is not easy. But a drop might be what does it in, though, because a lot of Marines are in the front. Most Marines are in the front, and he has a lot of Marines that are in a pretty poor position. He cannot intercept anything with the Marines, because the shuttles will already be at the minerals by the time they arrive. Goes over the top. Burgersasu responds. He will not be able to snipe anything of significance. This drop is going to unload, and Burgersasu has to run to safety. Reavers. Oh, Reaver gets killed. Snipe the Reaver. Reaver number 2, they're on the scene, shooting whatever it can hit. He's going for largely the Marines. Tanks are sieging up. Going to try to hit those Reavers. Oh, a couple SVs do go down. One more shot. No. A little bit of luck there for Burgersasu. They only lost about, I'd say, 10 SCVs in total. Lost a lot of Marines, but losing Marines is okay because they are just there to kill Zealots and then die. The sad story of Starcraft Marines. Very ungrateful job. You do your job and then get discarded because you're no longer useful. It's a truly heartbreaking story. So 2 factories, 3 starports. We have double armory, 2 more armories on the way, 160 supply room, 57 SCVs, triple scan, and he has 4 command centers. So he will be on about 75 SCVs very soon. Might even go for 80 or more. So they're up there over the exact same location. The hole is still wide open, not a lot of turrets to defend, and almost no Marines to defend either. Goes in, finds a pretty good spot to unload. High Templar's on the scene. High Templar gets sniped. Ooh, nasty. High Templar got sniped by this. Another High Templar on the scene. 2 more High Templars are storming on the SCVs. They're splitting up in 2 directions, but they still get stormed to death. Actually, most of the SCVs make it out alive. Ooh. A lot of those SCVs are on very low HP. Look at that. 18 HP. They all almost died. That was a very close call. That could have been the end of the game if those SCVs died, but he kept most of them alive with an absolute miracle. An absolute miracle event kept them alive. Not sure how it happened, but it happened. So need a couple more turrets around the top corner. He's recovering yet again. He's on 120 supply. He is a little bit broke because he had to run away so many times from those storms. He's simply not mining. It's not easy. He's struggling to produce Marines, he's not even producing tanks. He's producing Valkyries though, gonna try to shoot those shuttles out of the sky. Question is on 1 attack, and he's got triple forge, so he's getting every single upgrade. Also double cyber core, he's got his fleet beacon, and he has an arbiter tribunal. This game is going to be an awesome one. We're going to be seeing a lot of very cool stuff because this looks like it will go into a long game. This will probably become a long game. Good Arbiter stays there on the way. Big drop over the top. That's 10 shuttles all filled up to the brim with units. Flies in. Valkyrie shooting. A lot of shuttles die very quickly because Valkyries are awesome. And every single unit is stuck in this small little corner. And he killed almost no SCVs because they were all stuck in his corner. Snipes the Templar. Now the Zealots are locked into a prison. Oh my god, they're locked into a prison. That's really unlucky. I mean, it's a mistake that he made, but it's a little bit unlucky that everything just unloaded on that side, not on this side. They were just locked into a prison of their own making. But this Reaver though, oh, almost gets the armories. More games there on the way. We've got more Stargates on the way as well. We're getting carriers now. I absolutely love watching Question play with carriers. It's such a satisfying thing to watch because his production, his multitasking is just so awesome. He's been playing a very solid game. It's just that Burgersasu has been playing a solid defense, and Burgersasu has had a little bit of lady luck on his side. He's had an angel looking over his shoulder, just watching over him, preventing the wars from happening. It's a little angel watching over his shoulder. And sometimes that is exactly what you need to prevent you from losing in a game. So 73 SCVs now. He's got 4 armories, all turning and churning. He's got level drop over the bottom. Valkyrie's coming in to snipe, but a Templar unloads. Templar storms. One more storm. Ooh, he gets about 20. 18. Ooh, he almost ran right back into storm number 3. But yeah, loses 18 SCVs. And I think he lost maybe 2 more from the first storms. I'd say about 20 in total, maybe 21, not too sure. But that was a good drop there. Nope. It's just zealots killing the marines and killing turrets. And killing the control tower. Big gateway base there on the 1 o'clock spawn location. Cannons are on the middle. We're only 15 minutes in, but it feels like 20 already. How many carriers does he have? How many carriers? 7. And we have a lot more on the way. Another 5 in production, so it will be 11. I mean, 12 carriers. 2 arbiters. I expect him to make a shield battery base here on the 12 o'clock spawn location. Maybe another shield battery base here on the 9 o'clock. There's going to be cannons as well, of course. He just wants to limit the playing field for Burgersasu. You do not want Burgersasu to have freedom to move around on the map, because he will maybe find a way to use that one opening you left open to kill you. He will find the opening, and he will kill you. Doesn't matter who you are or where you are. Just like Liam Neeson, he will find you, and I will kill you. He will do it. He will definitely do it. So our engineering base are giving vision, going to get taken down. Cannons are coming up there over the side. Carriers have arrived. Carriers have arrived. 113 there on the ground. We have 1-1 on the air for Burgersasu. He's going to get level 2-2 there on the tanks within a couple seconds. Marines are on 1-1. And we have... I want to know what the carriers are on, but they're produced... Okay, let's see. 1 attack, 2 shields, 1 plating. But he is... Oh, he finished level 2 attack right as we were watching. Level 2 armor will finish within a couple of seconds. So yeah, Question has really covered all of his bases. Prepared himself for every single tech switch, for every single situation he can face. He is ready for a fight, an epic fight. He's ready to get down and dirty. He's ready to get very dirty. But is Burgersasu ready to get down and dirty along with Question? Gonna snipe the shuttle there. Might lose a couple Valkyries. Yeah, the shuttle stayed alive. Ooh, he unloaded the High Templar, so we can now pick them back up and fly them back in under the escort of a couple Corsairs. Corsairs there going in to push back. He's using EMP there on the carrier, so the EMP is still on the way, still being researched. Disruption not being researched as well. Templars don't unload. Corsairs are on the push. Pushing the Valkyries away from the carriers, allowing the carriers to kill the top corner. Zealot on the low ground, getting some support there from a tank to kill the turrets. And yeah, the Valkyries just don't really stand a chance against the Corsairs here. Corsairs have better upgrades than the Valkyries, and you know, the Valkyries are all balled up. Okay, now the EMP comes down, means no shields, which now means that the Valkyries have an easy time killing the Corsairs. EMP there coming in clutch. Goodbye Corsairs, goodbye. But he killed the armories, killed the turrets. That was a great attack there from Question. No question about it. He really just absolutely took what he wanted to. The armories are gone. No more Valkyrie production there for Burgersasu. And all the upgrades got interrupted. He was very close to level 2-2 on the air. And now they're stuck on 1-1. That's a very painful delay on the 2-2 for the Valkyries. Because now the attack upgrades simply won't be able to keep up with the armor upgrades that Question has. neither will they keep up with the shields. Now we got the courses coming in for another wave, for another push. He's gonna have to build some rakes, perhaps. He's building new armories as we speak. He actually used a dropship to put them into that large hole. The courses once again have been taken down. Valkyrie's still hanging back. We have an Arbiter coming in. Question is, oh, the EMP hits just on time. EMP hits just on time. Question is playing like a monster. Burgersasu is playing amazing himself as well. Another Arbiter in the back, waiting for the stasis. Courses going forward, pushing the Valkyries into a ball. There comes the Arbiter. EMP there coming up. He gets the stasis on a couple tanks, misses the stasis, and gets... oh, still has the energy. Question is absolutely destroying Burgersasu's side here. This is absolute destruction. This is a mastery of carrier use. He's not even doing back and forth micro. He's just very, very strongly and firmly pushing forward, making Burgersasu bleed red. There goes the command center. Question is a monster. Oh my god, I miss Question so much. This guy truly has super entertaining games on Protoss. And he's building another proxy robo base to fly some drops into Burgersasu's base from this 12 o'clock spawn location. Now, Burgersasu has armories. He builds them on the bottom there, very far away from the carriers. Very far away from the carriers, and he is using a lot of SCVs here to rebuild this top corner. He has to build a lot of turrets very quickly before Question comes back. And guess what? Question is already coming back. He's already coming back for another attack. He has raids. He had to build raids because he didn't have armories for the longest time. Unloading Reavers on the top corner, this is a nightmare. An actual nightmare, because his entire top corner that was being rebuilt is now going to get taken down by Reavers with Scarab damage up. No, they don't have a Scarab damage upgrade yet. Tanks are rolling into the corner. He didn't kill as much as I thought he would with the Reavers, but they did kill some supply depots. And they killed some Marines, but they didn't really... oh, he's going to try to go for the 2 more armories. Luckily, these are not upgrading. Actually, this one is upgrading. Oh my god, the carrier is slowly pushing forward as well, taking down the air unit. He's making Goliaths now. More Valkyries on the way there on the back. It's really good that he made these 2 armories so far away. Getting the air upgrades. He was trying to get level 3 attack and armor for the tanks. Sadly, armories got killed and the carriers make their retreat. Question still in the lead. Question still in the lead. Marvelous gameplay. Another shuttle drop with some Reavers on the top corner, but this time around we got tanks on location to take them down. Ooh. The carriers take down the tanks. The Valkyries coming in to take down the carriers, but the carriers are too damn strong. Reavers are killing all the supply depots yet again. Burgersasu is slowly getting supply blocked. He is, in fact, supply blocked. Tanks inching up closer to hit those Reavers. Reavers can have a couple more shots if they're on the supply depots. Carriers are dying. There's only 4 carriers left alive. 9 more on the way back at home. Which means that actually Burgersasu finally has some room to breathe, because Question will have to wait for the carriers to arrive. And they have only just now started production. So we finally have some room to breathe for Burgersasu. Finally some time to recover from this non-stop harassment, these non-stop attacks, and non-stop damage he's been suffering. He's finally allowed to breathe a little bit. Finally allowed to breathe a little bit. So we almost have level 2 attack and plating there on the air. It's taking him like 6 more minutes to get this, all because it just kept getting killed and killed over this top right corner. So the carriers, the Valkyries, the fight will be a better one for the Valkyries now. Just a little bit more resilient, just a little bit more damage against those carriers. Well, the shuttle there coming in, he's trying to distract with this carrier, but Burgersasu scanned. He scanned this section, saw the shuttles, so he knows that he's not to be fooled by the carriers, and cuts off the shuttle that was trying to go in over the top side. And we can get level 3 plating and attack for the tanks as well. His minerals are kind of down in the dump because he lost the main command center. It's a painful, painful fate to suffer from. Yeah, Question is doing everything by the book. He killed a bunch of his own probes as well to open up some additional supply space. I would say at this point, move a couple of these SCVs on the top to your minerals. Like, just take the top 4 ones, 12 probes, put them on the minerals, and boost up your economy just a little bit, because you no longer need to have a lot of gas income. Because once you have the carriers, you're free from producing carriers for at least a little while. So 3 arbiters lying in wait there in the back, going for the top corner attack. Is going to take down those turrets yet again. But this time around we have so many Valkyries, and he intercepts the shuttles, but the shuttles do load, and they do shoot on the tanks. But the tank, oh, not the best storms. Oh, that was a great scare pit there though. But the tank goes down. There comes this. Oh, it's a recall. It's a recall storming there on the SCVs as he's running to safety. There's not a lot in the back to kill those High Templars. That recall was a really good one. Also, amazing stasis there in the back, using every single one of his Arbiters to the maximum of their effectiveness. But the SCVs do stay alive. The Templars do not get what they came for. The setup was beautiful. A triple Arbiter play. But it just wasn't meant to be. Not yet. Fate had other things planned for Burgersasu. Defeat was not yet written in the stars. So we have more cannons warping in there on the side from Question, trying to limit the playing field. Got some tanks there on the high ground from Burgersasu to kill those cannons on the middle. Because something you can do is, while the Protoss is carrier attacking your top corner, you can push with some tanks at the same time. Because the carriers are not where the tanks will be if your tanks are pushing, but the carriers are attacking. But it's not always easy to do, because sometimes your opponent is just very good and you have to use all of your actions, all your focus on defending against the carriers. Like this situation right here. More probes are being thrown away. There's literally almost nothing protecting this choke. And I think Question noticed that. I think Question is now noticing that, wait a second, there's nothing protecting the choke, it's all Valkyries. Every single unit Burgersasu has is a Valkyrie. He's got 5 tanks. A couple Zealots are coming in. Reaver's in the front as well. Oh, great play there from Question. Let's kill some of those factories. Let's kill some of the factories. Question is just playing, in my opinion, one of the more impressive late game Protoss that I've seen out of most players. A lot of players are absolutely insane at early game and like before the 20-minute point. But I think Question is one of the few players who excels in the late game. Specifically in the late game. He's an absolutely excellent player beyond the 20-minute mark. Because he does so many things. He can build and attack at the same time, which is something a lot of players who are very high level seem to not do. They seem to focus purely on just attacking, but Question is building all over the place. He's taking control over the 12 o'clock, the middle, and his 1 o'clock base. Constantly going for pretty good harassment attacks. We do have more tanks now from Burgersasu though. He lost a couple of his Valkyries. Drop comes in, drop gets taken down. Corsair's killing the Valkyries though. Valkyries taking a lot of damage, but not enough. Or are they? They're dying. They're dying pretty quick. The Corsairs do go down, but the Valkyries are now low HP, only 10 left alive. He once again killed the 2 armors, but I think his level 3 attack finished up, so he no longer needs the 2 armors on the top there. So he should be fine. Couple tanks are sieging up to take down those cannons beyond the high ground. Burgersasu is surviving. He's surviving. He's getting better and better at preventing damage as his upgrades are now catching up with Question. Question had a much easier time before the Valkyries got their additional upgrades. And now the tanks and Goliaths also have their maxed out upgrades. It can literally only get better for Burgersasu. At least that's what I'm saying right now. Like, imagine if he now lost the game after I said that things can only get better for him. That would be kind of embarrassing, wouldn't it? That would be kind of embarrassing. I just told him it will be okay, and then he dies. it's a very grim fate. Okay, so let's look what's happening here. Chorus is coming in there to push the Valkyries back, but he decides against it. Takes a lot of damage there from a lot of Valkyries. Ooh, that's... Ooh, so much damage. Look at the shields and even the HP just melting as they retreat from those Valkyries. That's the strength of Valkyries. You hang them in the back at a safe distance, and when the carriers retreat, all those interceptors pull all of the rockets from the Valkyries into those giant, large carrier bodies, and they take tons of damage. Freak would be proud of me. He would be proud of Burgersasu for dealing tons of damage right where it matters the most. So he tries the bottom side. The right side is no longer working. Perhaps he could try a small little attack, a small little penetration from the bottom. He's going in. Gets a pretty good stasis there on a bunch of Valkyries. Gets some tanks as well. More carriers coming across the map there. Question's minerals are kind of getting low because he perhaps killed too many of his probes, but he goes in from the front with a shuttle drop. The shuttle drop gets taken down by the Valkyries though. Burgersasu not caught slipping. Catches the shuttle drop, sneaking through, and his attack turns into him largely just killing turrets. It could have been more, but it turned out to only be a couple turrets dying there on the bottom side, because Burgersasu just played it beautifully. And he has no main command center, so yeah, that's pretty impressive. He's maximizing his efficiency now. He's able to keep up. I gave Question a lot of praise about his late game play, and it's still very good. He's still playing an amazing late game. But it's Burgersasu. It's literally Burgersasu. In the prime of his career. I legitimately think Burgersasu was the best he ever was in 2019. Just a different Burgersasu. A different breed. A monster. Couple zealots on the front. Couple zealots over the front. They don't achieve too much. Carriers once again going over the right side. The right side is just the better side because he has all those cannons and shield batteries here. Just safer to attack. Safer to attack. Much more control. And he can go in and out and in and out. He can weave in and out and keep attacking and retreating and attacking and retreating. Just driving by every single time. One carrier goes down though. Another carrier goes down, or maybe it was two carriers dying. More carriers dying. The Valkyries are absolutely ass blasting the Skyforce into the Shadow Zone, but now they overreach. They overreached a little bit, lost a lot of Valkyries there. But he has enough money and enough starports to recover. And we're down to 5 carriers, 12 more on the way. Burgersasu has completely stabilized, despite looking death in the eye multiple times. So the Valkyries in the back doing a great job. The carriers literally cannot get any closer, because then the Valkyries would just jump on them. It really is one of the best ways of playing against carriers. Valkyries in the back, split up. Like, they're pretty well spread out. It's very difficult for a stasis to catch a lot of them. You spread them out and have them on hold position, and they just attack whatever interceptor comes close. Interceptor returns to the carrier. Carrier takes damage. A beautiful, beautiful strategy that's very safe, sound, and it has been proven to work time and time again. It's been tested time and time again. Drop over the top. The shuttle gets sniped. He tried, but it didn't work. Perhaps he should have tried the bottom side here. His bottom side is not protected. Burgersasu is going all in on top side protection. And now he's doing the thing I said earlier. He is pushing over the middle. Because Question is rebuilding his carriers, but also because Question is focused on this top right corner. Drop comes in over the middle there though, and this drop does not get intercepted. Shuttles are unloading. The Reavers unload. Tanks are shooting. Reavers are shooting as well. Reavers are killing. 54 SCVs left alive. Disruption Ripper on the tank. He's crawling close. Oh, another disruption of just on time. Reaver is shooting once again. This is a clutch drop. This might just turn the tide, turn the game. 37 SCVs. Burgersasu still has a lot of money. Zealots now unloaded. He kept the Zealots inside to now start killing SCVs while he can. And there's nothing in the back to protect. Nothing in the back to protect. This is gonna be bloody. But Burgersasu has a lot of minerals in the bank. He can maybe produce a large army and win with a brute force super big army. But these Zealots are having the time of their life. They came in and they committed some murders. Now the carriers, okay, the tanks are exposed on the middle. We have 12 carriers coming in to take them down. We have the Valkyries coming in to take down the carriers, but I think the Valkyries are pretty much on low HP already, so this is going to be a fight that will probably be won by the carriers. Gets a lot of Valkyries in the stasis, gets a couple of his own interceptors as well. It's a great EMP. That's a great EMP. There's no shield batteries. All the shield batteries died. Now we've got Goliaths coming in the flank for the bottom side. Carriers are 10 of them, 12 of them in the sky. So no carriers stuck in stasis. Winning the fight in the middle. We get a lot of gateway units are coming in as well. A lot of gateway units coming in as well. Storms, they're ready to go. On the tanks, on the Goliaths. Is Question going to win the game right here, right now? Did Burgersasu go too far into the map? Did he get caught by surprise? Did he get caught overextending? I think so. I think Burgersasu went too deep. Storms on the Valkyries. There's no more anti-air on the map. 140 supply. I think Question has just pulled it off. Valkyries are on the side, coming in from behind. But I don't think they will do it. I don't think they will kill it. I don't think they will break this. Tanks are spawning in between the factories, though. There is a chance. He's saying a naga, which means leave, get out, get out. He's telling Burgersasu to leave because he thinks he's won. And you know what? I think I agree. I think Question is won. After a very difficult game for both players, Question catches Burgersasu making a massive mistake, and Burgersasu immediately pays the price. He pays the price for his hubris and gets knocked down a peg and loses his third game in a row. His third game in a row. I mean, it's over. It's over. Drop comes in. Does not get intercepted. Starts to unload the High Templars and the Zealots. It's all Zealots. The High Templars just Zealots. And the Zealots just start killing whatever they can. Now there's units behind enemy lines. Carriers in the sky. Carriers dying now. The Valkyries are killing the carriers. But it might just be a little bit too late. It might just be a little bit too late. And Question is down to 27 probes. He's gambling everything he has. Burgersasu calls G, leaves, he taps out, and Question is the victor yet again. Question going 3-0 against Burgersasu. But what have I told you? That this is not yet over. We have more games. We have more games in what has so far been an absolutely awesome set of games already. Question rising to the top, proving himself that you can definitely not underrate this guy. You have to acknowledge Question back in 2019 and 2020 was very, very good. Very, very good. Because this was some solid Protoss play. This was some solid Protoss play. So we'll see you for game number 4 in the next video, and whatever else comes after that as well. See you very soon. I'm RGB from RGB TV, and I am signing out.